What is going on, everybody? I'm Liam Cogan. This is the 3 Bravo Veteran Podcast. We are back to our original studio, and I am going to try to record some more content. It's been kind of stagnant for a little while, adjusting to having a baby at home. You'll forgive me the past couple months. We've just been kind of posting shorts and trying to get a couple things together, but we're back. We're going to try to stay on it and answer the big questions you guys have. First things first, if you need help with any of your benefits, like whatever you're about to hear in this CRSC video, you can go to 3bravo.org, click the Get Help button in the middle, right up top, and fill out the client intake form. Fill out that client intake form, apply for CRSC, apply for VRE, whatever you need, and we will help you through it. Now, if we're not going to be the people or the end state, we are going to find the best person for you. That is the benefit of understanding your benefits, okay? So what is CRSC? Well, combat-related special compensation is a confusing thing to a lot of people, right? Because it is a Department of Defense benefit that lets eligible military retirees with combat-related disabilities get back tax-free retired pay that was reduced because they receive Department of Veterans Affairs disability compensation. So from your retire pay, you also get disability pay. Your disability pay is tax-free. Some states, your retiree pay is also tax-free. But just for the sake of the argument and understanding this benefit, we'll kind of dive into how this works, who it's for, but just understand this. If you didn't retire, medically or otherwise, this does not apply to you. And if you have no combat experience or hazardous duty experience, this likely doesn't apply to you either. So, before CRSC and CRDP existed, retirees receiving VA disability compensation had their military retirement pay reduced dollar for dollar by the VA amount known as the VA waiver or offset. CRSC helps restore some or all of that lost retired pay for combat-related conditions. So, the key features: tax-free monthly payments from DoD, requires combat-related disability and a VA rating of at least 10%. You must apply. It's not automatic, so you don't just get this. And CRSC is separate from CRDP. You can't receive both at the same time. Who qualifies for CRSC? And just real quick, if you don't know what CRDP is, concurrent retirement and disability pay. Okay, so that's a different thing. We have another video on that. I will link that in the comments section. We will go tit for tat with CRSC and CRDP in that video. You can check that out to kind of verify, well, which one should I use? For now, we're going to deep dive CRSC. Who qualifies? To be eligible for CRSC, all the following must be true: retired from military service, regular retired pay, TERA, disability retirement, Chapter 61, reserve guard with retirement pay, etc. So you're receiving retirement pay, medical disability or medical retiree pay. Those are all in like their own retiree world. You have to receive VA disability compensation and your retired pay is reduced by the VA offset. So if you receive 100% disability, it is not. Am I correct there? Might be 50 or over. I'll put that in the comments or in the, well, I'll put that in the first comment. I'll pin the first comment with some of the more important things. You know, I'm going to fucking write that down in my notes right now. It's one of those things. If I don't remember it or if I don't write it down, I won't remember it. I just don't have that kind of brain power these days. Okay. So we will write down. For now, we're just going to act on the assumption that at 100% disability, you do not have a VA offset. At least a 10% VA disability rating for one or more conditions. Okay, so if you don't have a disability rating, this isn't going to apply to you. However, if you don't have a disability rating and you haven't you haven't gone to the VA to get a disability rating, do that. And this is the next step. You need those ratings first, and you can actually start working CRSC as you go through them. The disability must be combat-related under DoD definitions, which is armed conflict or enemy action, so bullets, IED, explosions, shit like that, hazardous duty, flight deck, parachuting, demolition, special operations shit, or infantry. I think maybe they get hazardous duty pay too. War simulating training, field exercises, live fire, instruments of war, military vehicles, weapons, chemical exposure, or if you receive a Purple Heart for your injury. So, I mean, if you are fucking blown up, shot, burned, anything that is very, very obvious that this was hazardous duty and you paid the price for it, there is a chance, if you are also a retiree in some form or fashion, that we can get you CRSC. How CRSC payments work. CRSC restores up to the amount of retired pay that was offset due to VA disability compensation for combat-related disabilities. Important points. Payments are tax-free at the federal level. CRSC payments do not exceed the retired pay lost to the VA offset. So you don't go further in the other direction. You're not like plussing up in a big way. If you're due back pay, it may go back to your entitlement date. And recent legal changes may expand retroactivity. So that all should read basically, Congress is constantly going back and forth with stuff like this. So news will come out, things will change. Just stay up to date. Check out our channel. We'll try to keep you up to date too. CRC is not subject to retired pay rules like many divorce division rules, right? So when you get divorced, your spouse can crack at your retiree pay, but they cannot crack at your disability pay. Generally, it's almost always the case. It goes by state, but if your state doesn't do that, let me know because it's full of turds. CRSC is much like disability pay, but I believe it's even harder to crack into for your spouse. How to apply for CRSC. You must apply through your branch of service, not directly through the VA or DFAS. Complete form DD form or complete DD form 2860, claim for combat-related special compensation. Gather relevant evidence showing combat-related nexus statements, VA rating decision with codes, service medical records, deployment documents and duty stations, awards and citations, Purple Hearts, combat badges, after-action reports, mishap records, all that kind of stuff. Everything that's going to relate your service to that moment in which you were exposed to chemicals. If you were burned by something, you were blown up, you were shot. Every moment, every deployment, every medal, everything's going to go toward that nexus statement. So that's your relative evidence. Submit the package to your service's CRSC board address, Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, as listed on official resources. Wait for the decision letter, typically mailed to you, and then processing times can vary, but often take a few months. If denied or rated lower than you think is appropriate, you can request a reconsideration with additional evidence. Let's just quickly jump into CRSC versus CRDP so we understand some of these quick differences. So you don't go too far down a rabbit hole you don't need to. Combat-related requirement for CRSC, yes. CRDP, no. Minimum VA rating, 10% CRSC, 50% CRDP. Application required for CRSC, yes. CRDP is automatic. If you have a disability rating, they should have considered CRDP. Application required, is it taxable? CRSC is non-taxable. CRDP is taxable. Sometimes depending on your state. And it is paid by the DoD, whereas CRDP is paid by DFAS. Can you receive both? No. If you qualify for both CRSC and CRDP, DFAS may initially place you in whichever year yields more gross pay that year. And then you can reelect during the annual open season if your situation changes. So gross pay is not after taxes. So you should run that calculation. If you have a good CPA, do that. Let's go into some community tips. Veterans are all over on the board with things like this, but I like to suss out some of the better information. while we at 3 Bravo and our Veteran Impact Officer David do this, and we do CRSC, it is great to use some information, and fortunately we do this professionally, so we know when to suss out if something is total BS or if it's good to go. Prepare a strong evidence packet. People emphasize assembling medical records, deployment docs, all that good stuff that I already mentioned. Submit only relevant records. Posting on benefits forums. Vets caution against sending all your records. Too much irrelevant paperwork can delay your review. They also keep it, FYI. So if you send your records, they keep it. So don't send them your only copy, which is really stupid because they have all of this information. Stay on top of your reconsiderations. If your VA rating increases, PACT Act additions, all that kind of stuff, with updated evidence to try and increase your combat-related percentage. This is something some users report doing successfully. Watch for retroactive payment opportunities. Recent discussions cite developments where the 6-year cap on retroactive CRSC back pay was challenged. Okay, SOTA versus United States, meaning some vets could be entitled to more historical compensation than 6 years, which would be, quite a bit of money. That's all pending DoD implementation and guidance. It takes them a long time, generally speaking, but if you shoot in now, it doesn't mean it won't happen. Post on veteran-led forums early. Veterans recommend posting questions on places like Reddit and all that kind of stuff, vetbenefits.net and PEB forum. With your service branch's specific conditions, community members often share pointers on evidence types that work for them. If you're using things like Reddit and Facebook community forums, I would generally discourage that if you don't know what you're doing, because just like if you're trying to fix your 1914 Ford, 1 Series at your house and you're looking at videos online, you could get majorly confused, frustrated, when it would just be better to call your friend who knows how to fix that car. Common pitfalls to avoid: assuming all VA ratings automatically qualify. Even if a condition is service-connected, it may not be considered combat-related for CRSC, obviously because it might not be combat-related for CRSC. Missing the VA waiver, you must have a VA waiver offset active in DFAST records before CRSC can apply. That just means that you have to actually be experiencing an offset, and then CRSC can apply to it. Waiting too long for evidence requests. If records are missing, requesting them early, NPRC, VARO, saves time. Those are just the national archives and things like that, where you can find your records, get them early, get squared away, house all your stuff in one binder, just like we did in the military with your I Love Me binder, unless that's just a Teams thing. But put everything in one place, take care of your own docs, and then what I always recommend, work with a VSO, work with one of your free assets until it gets untenable. If you hate all those VSOs, they haven't worked for you, you're totally down on your luck, then you can go to a claims agent, an attorney, a VA accredited source. You can also go to nonprofits like ours, and we will help you out without question. There are resources out there for you. Come hit us up. We will help you. My name's Liam Cogan. This was the CRSC breakdown of the 3 Bravo Veterans Podcast. I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to go to 3bravo.org and click Get Help if you need help from us. See ya. If you've watched any of our videos and you need help, please go to 3bravo.org, go to Get Help, and fill out our client intake form. We can help you with whatever you need. We're a nonprofit. That's what we're here for. One, we can help you have a conversation and work through it. We can help you get information to file supplemental claims, file VRE, figure out what CHAMP VA is and if you should use it. And we can also just talk you through some of the harder times that there are and there will be during military transition. So go check us out at 3bravo.org. We've got a lot of other resources there. We've got some cool events coming up as well. The 20 Mountain 220 endurance race to help veteran suicide, help fight veteran suicide. So please go check us out, and please drop a follow, drop a like, share this with your friends who need information, who are exiting the military. Make your plan before you get out. Thank you very much. Talk to you guys next time.